If we were to follow up with Sumari's plan, we have to move into Thrace now, but also kick out the Egyptians from Anatolia, the latter being the more difficult part to pull off. Yet, my advisors and I came up with a decent strategy. We would embezzle as much money as we could to gain insane amounts of wealth. Then we would spend it on diplomats to 4 notable nations. The only 2 you need to remember are the Ptolemies and Colchis, and with them sent out, I marched north, ready to cross over into Thrace, while my navy kept growing larger by the second. The citizens of Pergamon have demanded us to be merciful and client-state the North Thracian tribes, so that is what we will do. A month later, most of our diplomats returned with generous gifts, which helped increase our relations, but one of them wasn't so fortunate, only returning with her head in a bag. This violation we won't forget easily, but with our focus in Thrace, we'll have to let them go for now. We kept sending out diplomats hoping to gain favorable deals, but we will have to leave that be for now, as I was finally ready to cross over into Thrace. My first target was Antioch, held by the Tylis tribe. They seemed to be caught by surprise, as they didn't really have anything resembling a garrison. But I suspect that is because most of their able fighters were sailing at the sea. Of course, this meant our navy, which we recently have built, could take them up. I've been told most of the barbarian ships burned while our men boarded them, to make sure none of them survived. This is, of course, not what the citizens of Pergamon wanted, but we wouldn't allow the Thracians to roam around at sea unopposed. In Antioch, one of my men found a letter from the Odryssian king, the second significant Thracian tribe, just to the north of us. They had been coordinating their attacks at the Macedonian pretenders in Pella, led by Antigonus Gonatas. The most important parts of the letter stated,
"If you could take Pulpediva, my men and I should be able to sneak around the Macedonian defenses. From there, I need you to muster your men and attack Pella from the east. I'll probably arrive in a few months. Together, we shall finally claim our revenge."
This could potentially turn in our favor if we played this right. If we take out the Thracians for Antigonus Gonatas, we might be seen as liberators, persuading them to join my cause. This opportunity we couldn't allow to pass by. Just before I would march out, one of my diplomats came with joyous news. Ptolemies had passed side over to our sphere of influence. Maybe they aren't as bad as we once thought. I ordered the diplomat to keep working with the Egyptians to see what else we could acquire. But one good thing is always followed by a disaster. My men and I marched south towards the only bridge leading further inland. But apparently the Tylis tribe had expected this. I had walked straight into an ambush. We quickly spotted the Thracians, so we decided to make a small square with our most exposed units, while the ones out of range reformed into a proper formation. Once regrouped, they would flank around and help the ones in combat. bunch of charges and heavy fire, the enemy surrendered. A miracle indeed. The Thracians' forces were soundly defeated. We took every captured man and sold them into slavery. That is mercy in its own way. But we couldn't allow anyone to escape, so we hunted down the rest. From there, my scouts would make sure the remaining part of our path ahead was safe, so we could capture Pulpediva with ease. The casualties were still high, but the city was ours. Or not yet, as we pursued any stragglers. It came to our attention a massive Tyli army was stationed in a forest nearby. In my search for a solution, I bought the loyalty of a bunch of Thracian mercenaries. They didn't seem to care about who was in control of their land, but rather who paid them. I mean, I didn't mind, but they were definitely not somebody I would rely upon unless it was in this kind of crisis. But now, all we could do was wait. I ordered a messenger to be sent to Eurytos to muster a second army. I feared we were about to take many casualties, and there is only one way to find out, as they attacked without warning. Inspired by the ancient Trojans, I ordered my mercenaries to halt the enemy's progress, while our archers would set fire to their siege equipment and create chaos. Eventually, our men outside of the walls got overwhelmed, forcing our archers to retreat to our second choke point. Thracians pushed as hard as they could, but they never succeeded in time before the day came to a pass. We survived this time. With another victory under my belt, I was in no lack of prestige. With a foothold in Thrace, we were in a good position to complete our goals. Antigonus Gonatas seemed to be very happy with our actions, while the northern Thracian tribes, the Odryssian kingdom, despised us for it. If we took away one of their allies, they would take out one of ours. Hela was lost, with Gonatas fleeing out into the Aegean. Now, he was never actually our ally. I pretty much despised him for being a pretender. But the message was clear. We would be next. Even worse is that Hades had ordered his monsters to occupy the Oracle of Delphi now. We must find a way to save them, to complete the first quest given to us by Zeus. That is it for chapter 5 of our Heirs of Alexander campaign. I'm just gonna say now, I have been on vacation a week earlier and I've just had 1 week now to create 3 or 4 new episodes, so sorry if the next couple of videos are gonna seem a bit rushed, just like this one, because I'm gonna go on vacation once again here in the following week. So hopefully it's not too bad. But with that said, I would like to say thank you so very much for watching. Until the next time everybody, goodbye and spread happiness.